listen, you have to be very selective and very careful. This is why God said to wait for marriage. There was a very critical reason for that. There's a very critical reason why God does not want us fornicating. Because every time you have sex with someone, okay, every time you are tying your soul. You are giving that man your soul, your spirit, your mind. You know, you're giving it to him, and he can do whatever he pleases with it. He can cage it. He can sell it, put it on the spiritual black market. He can use your attributes, your soul, your gifts, your talents, your destiny, your glory, your stars. You're giving him access to your entire being, to your destiny, okay, to your life whenever you're with a guy, okay? And it's not just about sex. You can marry the wrong man too. So just because you think a guy is willing to marry you and you get married and the guy seems all peachy doesn't mean you're not marrying a demon, and you won't go through the same experiences. So you just have to be selective overall, you know, with sex and with marriage, just period. And you know, I personally feel like sex is marriage. So anytime you are literally with someone, you are literally giving them access to your entire being, okay? And if they are spiritually intelligent enough and demonic enough, they will use these things and utilize you against you, okay? And this is what happened to me. Okay, this is what happened to me. God revealed to me that I am not where I'm supposed to be right now. This is not my life. This isn't my life. I'm not where I'm supposed to be right now. My son's father literally threw me off of my path. Okay, he took me off of my path completely. I am not where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be somewhere evangelizing throughout the world right now through song. I'm a songstress, evangelizing through song. I sing. I grew up singing. I was in church choirs, talent shows. I did a lot of recording in college, learned how to record music, you know, used to record my own music, used to travel to different churches and sing, used to get invited to sing to different places. So when I was younger, I was on the right path. I was on the right path. He took that from me. He took it from me. He took me off my path, and he took that from me. Every talent, every gift, my glory. I mean, these people, when you tie your soul to an individual, especially a demon, a narcissistic demon who is specifically assigned to you to keep you off the path that God has ordained for your life, they will take any and everything they can from you. They have access. This can spiritually be done. I know it sounds out there. I know it sounds crazy to some of you, but on a spiritual level, this can happen. This can take place. A demonic individual, a witch, a warlock, a wizard, they can, if you give them enough access to your being, they can have access and can take your light, your glory, your star, your destiny, your attributes, your talents, your gifts, so on and so forth. And they can use these things and utilize them any way they want. There's a whole, God revealed to me that there's a whole black market on this in the spiritual world for souls. They sit there and they exchange souls and gifts and talents and lights and glory and stars, you know, like a market. They sell, they get a hold of this stuff, they steal people's destinies, they steal people's stars, they steal people's souls, and they exchange it and sell it on a spiritual black market like, you know, any other physical market. When he revealed that to me, I was like, oh my gosh, that is crazy, right? That's nuts. It's happening. It's very possible, and it is happening. This is why fornication and just not being very discerning of who you surround yourself with or who you give yourself to is very critical. It's very, very, very important, because you can bind yourself. You can literally put yourself in a cage and destroy your entire destiny just because you were with one wrong person. It only takes one person. One person. You only have to be with one wrong person, and it can ruin your entire life. Your entire destiny is gone. Your entire life is ruined. One person. I was with this one person, and it only took that one person, okay, to ruin my entire life. So, you know, you don't even have to sleep around. It doesn't even require that. You can just be with that one person who was assigned to you, and that's it. That's it. And if he's an extreme narcissist and he's in contract, you're going to be in for the fight of your life trying to escape. because these individuals are very, very, very difficult to get away from. Trust me, I know. I'm going through it. I'm going through this personally. Okay, and I'm going to make more videos on my personal experiences dealing with spirit spouses and narcissistic demonic handlers. I'm living it, you guys. It's horrible. I mean, he puts witchcraft on me. I'm demonically oppressed. Like, it's so horrible. Sometimes when I go out, you know, because when you are spiritually aware, when you get to a point, you know, you see how your energy affects other people. You see how they react to your energy. You see how they react to you. You know, just certain things when you're on a spiritual level, you just automatically pay attention to. You just automatically can see and tune into. And you know, when I'm under attack, when he's demonically oppressing me and putting all this witchcraft and crap on me, and I go out in public, I can see how people react to that energy around me. They feel it. They can sense that energy. They know that I'm in, not on a conscious level, but they can feel it with their spirits. They know that I'm in spiritual warfare. They can feel that energy around me. And that energy literally makes people act and react to you very harshly, react to you very negatively. You know, they're very short, they're very curt, they're very rude, they just want you out of there, you know, just like they don't know it consciously. Not all of them, some of them might. There's a lot of spiritually discerning people out there, they know exactly what's on you and what's going on and what you're going through, you know, as soon as they see you. But the ones who are not as spiritually discerning and as spiritually aware, you know, they don't consciously know, but they unconsciously in their spirits, they can feel it and they can see it, and they're just like, I just want you to get away from me, like, I just, that energy, whatever, else she's a bad person. You know, and this is a lot of the times how you can demonize people who aren't demonic, who aren't bad people. A lot of times these people are just really going through a lot of horrible spiritual experiences that aren't their faults. It's just not their fault. And you know, because these witches and warlocks and narcissistic demons are putting so much horrible energy on you, you know, people can feel that energy, or they can see that energy around you, and they just automatically assume that you're the bad person, you're the demonic person, you know, and that's not always the case. So we should be very careful and slow to judge someone. I mean, if you're like me, I'm very spiritually sensitive. Like, when I get around people, I can feel their spirits. I can discern them, you know what I mean? But I'm not quick to draw conclusions, because, you know, just because you're feeling a certain type of way, you're feeling a certain type of energy, it's not always 100%. It doesn't always mean that person is negative or demonic or, you know what I mean, a bad person. Sometimes it's just you're feeling what they're going through. You're feeling the demonic energy around them, and it might not even be their demonic energy. It might just, someone just might be putting it on them. They could be getting witchcraft thrown at them. You know, they can just be going through a lot of stuff spiritually in spiritual warfare. You know, so I've had to learn through my own personal experiences not to be so quick to judge people, you know, when I get around them and I'm feeling and discerning their spirit and their character or whatnot, because I know that it's not always them. It doesn't mean that it's them. It doesn't mean that they're the bad person. Bad things could just be happening to them. My misery does not enjoy company. When I'm going through my spiritual battles, I try to refrain from being around people, because I just don't like the way people react to me being involved in spiritual warfare when I'm in the midst of it. I just try to, you know, keep to myself, because sometimes when I go out, when I'm in the midst of a spiritual warfare battle, that feedback can make it worse. Right? That feedback, it bounces off of you, it bounces onto them, and it keeps bouncing, and it feeds it. And sometimes I've noticed through my own personal experiences, it just makes the spiritual warfare worse. You know, it just makes it even worse. But anywho, I digress. Demonic narcissistic handlers. Demonic narcissistic handlers. What is a narcissist? A narcissist is someone who has no soul. It's not the textbook definition. It gets a lot deeper. Narcissists are people who have to be literally self-serving. They have to be self-absorbed. They have to be self-seeking. They have to be about themselves. Because, let me back up a little bit. Narcissists, they can either consciously or unconsciously sell out. Okay, these individuals are soulless. There's nothing there. They're an empty shell. They are hollowed out for Satan. They're hollowed out. There's nothing there. Okay, so when people sell out consciously or unconsciously, when you are that far and that deep into the rings of hell, okay, Everybody has a cord that connects to the Most High God. Our energy, we're fed from our cord, just as an example, okay, that is directly connected to God, to source, whatever you want to call it, okay. But we have a connection directly to our divine energy, our creator, the thing that feeds us, the thing that breathes life into us, okay, the thing that wakes us up every morning, the thing that allows us to breathe, the thing that energizes us and feeds us our light. This is what we are connected to. God supplies that. And when you are in a certain ring of hell, okay, that cord gets diminished. That cord gets cut off. You are no longer connected to the Father. You are no longer connected to that divine source. Of main energy, of glory and Spirit, Holy Spirit in that presence, right? And so it literally puts you in a position where you have to, these individuals, since they've been cut off, they have to live. You can't live without that divine source, with that divine energy, without God's Spirit flowing through your being. You can't live without that. That's literally your breath. God's Spirit, that energy, is literally your breath that helps you breathe in and out, right? You can't live without that. So since they have been cut off, they literally have to go around stealing other people's energy. They have to steal this source of life from other individuals. They have to. That's how they survive. They don't have a choice, or they perish. They go back to hell. They have put themselves in a position, whether consciously or unconsciously, where they have to go around stealing this energy, this divine source from other individuals. And the way that they do this is through contracts with, the fallen ones, and the number one way, the best way to steal someone's energy, soul, light, glory, stars, destiny, whatever you want to call it, is through pain. That's the quickest way and the best way to connect yourself to an individual, is by inflicting pain on them. That will tie someone's soul so quick to that individual. It's through pain. This is why narcissists are so foul. This is why they're so evil. This is why they do some of the most disgusting, horrible things you ever did not want to see. They have to, because it's not only gives them, love does not supply them. You can be the friendliest, the gentlest, the most caring, loving person to them that they ever did want to meet. But that does not supply them. They're demons. They feed off pain. They feed off misery. And there's an energy exchange that happens. So all of your good energy, all of your high vibrations, all of your light, all of that glory, that divine energy source spirit that's flowing through your body, that God blesses you with every single day you wake up, they steal that and they exchange your energy for theirs. Okay, so this is why you feel so crappy when you're with a narcissist. This is why you feel so oppressed and bombarded and just gross and disgusting and suicidal and depressed and hopeless, because you're feeling everything that they feel. They have literally stolen your energy and they have exchanged it for theirs. And it doesn't just stop with energy. This goes for destiny. This goes for purpose. This goes for glory. This goes for stars. This goes for attributes, gifts, talents. You literally, if they can cut you and get into your soul deep enough, they can literally have access to anything they want and exchange and do whatever they please with it. Okay, so because they're cut off and they have to find a way to survive, this is what they do to survive. They have to go around stealing this source from other people. So you're going to still get that supply, but it's going to them. And then they're exchanging their energy to you. Okay, so you're feeding them. You're feeding them, especially if you continue to emotionally feed into them. This only works if you're emotionally involved. And see, this is why they have to cut you so deep. My son's father, when I was with him. He cut me very, very deep, you guys. And, you know, I think this is a testimony that I will have to tell eventually. I'm not ready to really get too deep on my testimony right now because it's out there, you guys. Like I've been through and I've experienced some serious spiritual things in my life, okay? But the deeper that they cut you, the more access they have to you. And this is why you don't tolerate someone's bull crap. Don't do it. Don't give your energy, your life, your source. I mean, clearly, you know, I never fed into this love is pain thing. I never fed into that. I never fell for that. I never believed in that. I never believed love has to hurt. I don't believe in any of that. I think that is, they have psychologically really demented and distorted women's socialism, right? Like it's such a demented, distorted relationship concept that love has to hurt, and if you love me, you'll deal with all my crap, and That's called socialism. That's called brainwashing. That's called you're being very stupid and very gullible and very naive. That's what that's called. You're stupid. Okay, I'm sorry. That's just, but you know, it's not our fault because, you know, indoctrination and socialism and conditioning is very real. It really happens. It's very, very, very real. It's very real. I always was able to see through that. I've never believed in that. I never put up with anyone's crap. I refuse to put up with anybody's crap. You know, if you don't want to love me the way I know I deserve to be loved, you're out. I'm not playing any games with you. You're not getting 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 chances. Yes, forgiveness is real and very important, but you have to know when and whom to give that, you know, and this is another thing. You can forgive someone, but that does not mean that this person who wants to continually disrespect you and violate you, okay, that does not mean that you have to allow them back into your life over and over again. That's not what forgiveness is. I can forgive someone and never see them again and never talk to them again. Okay, forgiveness isn't being gullible and being stupid and being naive and allowing someone to step all over you and to hurt you and to make you a floor mat. That's not what forgiveness is. I can forgive someone and be with someone who is sincerely, when someone is sorry and remorseful for what they have done to you, they will never do it again. They'll never do it again. Okay, now if someone continually keeps doing the same thing over and over and over again, they're not sorry, they're not remorseful. It's a game. All right, and they do not deserve, they don't deserve to be in your life. Now, you can forgive them, but they don't deserve to be in your life. You let that person go. Okay, forgiveness does not mean, oh, I feel so bad for that dog. Poor puppy. Poor puppy. Oh. There's a stray puppy that sits down the street from my house that I see when I walk my dog. And I try to bring the puppy home with me, but it won't come home with me. I try to bring it food, to bribe it to come home with me, you know. And I've been on Facebook trying to find a home or trying to see if someone lost the puppy. No one has responded yet, but I try to pick the puppy up. It gets very aggressive, so there's not really much I can do, right? I mean, and it sits in the same spot every day. Every time I walk my puppy, you know, the little puppy is out there in the same spot every day, you know, and no one in that block knows the dog, so it doesn't belong to anybody on the block. It follows me and my puppy for a little while, and then it turns around and it goes right back to the same spot. It sits in the same spot every day. And so, you know, I've been on Facebook trying to see, you know, if someone's lost their dog, or if I could find a rescue place here. They have a few animal rescue places. Facebook keeps blocking me on my groups, and so I haven't been able to really. The censorship is crazy, you guys. They keep blocking me on Facebook, so I haven't been able to get on Facebook and really get in there and talk to these people and, you know, figure out what to do with this dog. But it's raining very hard right now, and I'm like, oh, poor puppy. You know, it's just like out there in the rain. It won't follow me. It won't let me pick it up. So, I don't know. I just feel really bad for it. I do. Don't we, Izzy? We feel really bad for the puppy, don't we? Yeah. But anywho, it just made me think of the puppy because it's raining really, really hard right now. But anywho, what was I talking about? I got distracted. I don't think it's always singular. I think a lot of the times it's plural. It can be very plural. These narcissists, I mean, they have no problem with double teaming you and jumping on you. It doesn't matter if you're a woman. They don't care. They will jump on you and double team you. And in an attempt to take whatever they can or oppress you or whatever their mission is in your life, they will gang up on you. They have no problem with ganging up on women or ganging up on men. Okay, I mean, I've seen and talked to a lot of men who deal with narcissistic women. I mean, it goes both ways. They want you to just be completely. They want you to kill yourself. That's what they want, really. Now, if they can get you to kill yourself, if they can torment you enough and oppress you enough and put enough witchcraft on you to make you actually kill yourself, that's like the golden prize for them. Oh, they'll drag you straight to hell. That is the prize. That's the prize. That's the ultimate goal. Especially if they can't touch you. If you have a powerful hedge, if your hedge is powerful enough and God is on you enough and they can't touch you, they can't kill you, they're going to try to torment you enough to make you do it yourself. Stop, Izzy. Please stop. They're going to try to torment you enough to make you do it yourself. And if they can actually get you to do it yourself, oh, they won. They won. They win. If they can get you to give up on your life or give up on God. See, a lot of these people have these experiences with narcissists and they're not aware of what's going on with them in their lives, and they're just confused and they're like, why is life so hard? Why are these people so evil? Why are they so mean to me? Why do they treat me this way? Why am I going through this? And they can't figure it out. And they turn evil, you know, because the enemy pushes you so hard with the goal of just turning you. If I can just turn her, if I can't kill him, if I can't, you know, beat them, maybe I can just turn them, you know, and get them to turn their backs on God, you know. If they can't get you to off yourself, they're going to try to get you to turn your back on God, to doubt God, to give up on God. And if they can't do that, you know, they're going to try to kill you. And if they can't kill you, they just go back to square one and they just keep going and going and going until something happens. You know, so I think a lot of the times especially when you're dealing with extreme narcissists, you have to be a very, very strong individual. You have to be a very strong individual. I mean, you have to be very mentally strong. You have to be very rooted in your faith with God. You have to know wisdom. You have to be able to recognize good from evil. Wisdom is the knowledge of good and evil, knowing the difference. You have to be very wise. Otherwise, these people will succeed. These demons will succeed in your life. If you're not strong-minded, you're not a strong individual, if you're not resilient, if you're quick to give up, if you're quick to walk out on God, and if you just want to just off yourself or just give up, you know, and if, you know, but it happens, you know, it happens. People, a lot of people can't handle what these narcissistic demonic handlers put them through, and they end up, you know, in horrible situations and circumstances, you know. There's so many narcissists in the world. I feel like there's more narcissists in the world today than there has ever been in any period. But you know, scriptures tell us that people in the last days are going to be very self-serving, very self-seeking, very vain, very lovers of selves. And they're talking about that narcissistic demon. They're describing narcissism. Those scriptures are describing narcissism, and it tells us that most of the people in the world are going to become such. And I see that. I feel like majority of the people in the world are in fact narcissists. They have consciously or unconsciously sold out, and they're soulless. And a lot of the times it's because of these narcissists. You know, a lot of the times they are sent to you and they do these things to turn you into one of them. If they can turn you into a narcissist, they got one on their team. Satan has just recruited, another person, another soul to work on his team, to go out there and hurt other people. How many people can you recruit? Now I'm going to put you in contract to go and do the very thing that he did to you. You know what I mean? And this is why there's so many narcissists. And, I feel like there's more narcissists who are aware that they're narcissists than they are not. But for the ones who are not aware that they are narcissistic or narcissists, I guess it really doesn't make a difference. I mean, they're all effed up. They all do effed up stuff. But for the ones who are not so much aware of, what's going on, or the fact that they're being narcissistic, just kind of innocently, unconsciously turn and become, these individuals and do what was done to them, right? Sometimes hurt people. For anybody who is going through this, that's not a solution. It's just not the way to go. The way to go is to just be strong. Be strong, be resilient. Knowledge is very, very powerful. Knowledge and understanding is a cure. If you understand and know something well enough, you can beat it. You can beat it. Equip yourself with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and you can beat whatever it is you're dealing with. Once you start to understand these individuals and what they do and what they're about and how they do it,